Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhahavatya Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So, Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjane Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Tadati Swapadandikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye वाञ्छकल्पदारुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा मूकं करोति वाचालं भङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य ईश्वरम् हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So I welcome you all for this. Today we are going to read 7th chapter. We are going to start.
Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Pranams to everyone. Hare Krishna Mataji and Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranams Mataji.
Pranams.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam.
Mataji, Pranam.
Pranams to everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Now, scheduled incarnations with specific functions. Means in, I think we have studied about the, that is avatars, like Yuga avatars, Manmantra avatars, all those things in the very first that is Canto. So wherein the similar thing only we are going to read now. Okay. So wherein in a particular yuga, in particular round, that is 28th circle now, every you that is one Chadur Yuga, that means like Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yuga. When there is a transition from the Treta, that is Dwapara to Kali Yuga, in the 28th thing, Krishna will always appear. So he will always come. Swayam Krishna will be appearing. Like that, the scheduled incarnations will happen actually. So currently, that is 5,000 years before Shri Krishna descended here. So now somewhere in another universe, the same Leela will be happening actually. So that's how in this chapter we are going to read about the particular incarnation in particular way, that is time period. So with the specific function for the particular purpose. For example, Narasimhadeva came to kill Hiranya Kashipu. So like that, Varaha avatar, the Lord took Varaha avatar to rescue the Mother Earth from the Garbhodaka ocean. But still, that time he killed Hiranyaksha. Like that, for every avatar, there is a reason. So for a specific function only, so this scheduled incarnations happens actually. So we are going to read about those. I think till now you would have studied about the Virat Purusha thing. So how the this creation happens and all. So now the Lord's avatar Brahma will be speaking to Narada in continuation only. So let us go through that. I think I no need to explain much about the avatars, because all avatars we have already read in earlier in first canto also, and even in Sadachar class also we have learned in very detail actually. So let us go walk through that. So Brahma Uvacha Yatro Dhayata Shiti Thalo Dharnaya Vibrat Kraudhim Dhanum Chakala Yajnamayim Anantah Antar Maharnava Upagatam Adidaityam Tam Dam Shraya Yadrim Yevavrat Vajradharu Dhadhara. So when so unlimited powerful Lord assume the form, now it is a Varaha avatar. So as a pastime. So now we are going to see the pastimes of the Lord as in a different forms. So both. In general, how actually the forms of the Lord will be categorized? Can anyone tell? So how actually we would have seen in the Goloka chart also. Someone can speak about that? What is how actually the in the extreme right corner of the Goloka chart you would have seen, and the same thing comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20th chapter 168 sloka onwards actually. Can someone give some, just no need to have any detailed thing. So how we are deriving to here actually. Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
So at least one or two things actually. So in Goloka, what is the Rupa, what is the form Lord is having?
Swayam Rupa.
Sundara.
Swayam Rupa, correct? Na? So that means the original form. So like that, Swayam Rupa and then Swayam, then it is again divided into two. One is Prakasha and another is
Vilasa.
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 Vaibhava Vilasa, correct? Na? So like that, the classification comes. So direct expansions, and then that is the first Chatur expansions, the 4 expansions, and then from the that is first expansion being Krishna expands to Balram, and then from Balram the first Chatur expansion, and then from the first Chatur expansion, what are the forms actually? Sankrishna, correct? Na?
Vasudeva,
Vasudeva,
Sankarshana,
Sankarshana,
Pradyumna,
Aniruddha, and
Vasudeva.
Pradyumna. Correct. Na? So from Sankarshana, so one more expansion is who actually?
Narayana comes.
Narayana.
Narayana.
Na? From Narayana, actually, what is the second?
Mahasankarshana.
Quadruple expansion happens. Correct. Na? So I think the basic expansions, whatever happens in the spiritual world, we know very well. And from the second expansion, quadruple expansion, Sankarshan, who is that actually?
Mahasankarshana.
Sankarshana.
That's what. From him, who actually, the next expansion is what actually?
Karnodakashayi Vishnu comes.
Mahavishnu, who is the Karnodakashayi Vishnu. Correct, na? So the Karnodakashayi Vishnu, actually he lives in the Karna ocean. Okay. And then from his that is breathe out, that is from his exhalation, all the universes has been from the pores of the body, all the universes comes out actually. Right now, at the time of creation. And then in the Mahatattva is the one small portion in the Karna ocean. Then in that Mahatattva, all these worlds have been looking like water. So the pearls has been put in a thread actually. It's in a strung. So like that, the next expansion being the Karna, the Kashaya Vishnu expands to
Garbhodakashayi.
he also enters into the each and every, so every universe has a Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, and he also lies on the Garbhodaka ocean. And from his navel, the lotus trunk, and then from the lotus flower, Brahma, the first, that is the original living being. Okay, so he is the original living being from the Lord. So he has been created, and from Brahma only the secondary creation happens actually. So this is how we have studied all these things, and then in this canto, and now we are moving to the specific avatars, that is incarnations actually. Okay, so any doubts till now? Any doubts? Shall we go ahead actually? So what is the important thing we can know from this story? We know. So that is Mother Earth being fallen in the Garbhodaka ocean because of whom? Hiranyaksha. Correct now? So then actually, so in general, in the beginning, so the dimension, that is, or the demigods, are always the two classes of living beings to dominate in the planets of the universe. Okay, right from the first demigod being Brahma and the Hiranyaksha, the first demon in the universe. So the Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Correct na? So they were very, that is Diti's sons. So they are very, that is powerful in the, that is in making all distractions or always troubling the devatas. So like that. So always disturbing. So nowadays in the Kali Yuga, where the demons are with us only. Correct na? Internally, we will only disturb others or we will get disturbed by others. So that's how the demonic nature is with us. Whereas that time there were different entities only. Okay. So in that manner, this Hiranyaksha has pulled down the Mother Earth to the Garbhoda ocean, and then when how to rescue this, I think we would have studied, I think, morning Bhagavatam class. Those who have attended, they know actually how this Mother Earth has been pulled, and this Hiranyaksha, at that time, who will be able to rescue the Mother Earth from that water actually? The Brahma was thinking that time from where actually Varaha they appeared, from the nostril of Brahma, correct na?
Brahma.
So
Yes.
and then it from small to bigger size, and then so he took the Varaha. So in this what we can come to conclusion, Lord will take any form, okay? Whereas the normal boar, if we see, we will never think of the good thing of the boar because it is always on the filthy place, it will be always there roaming. Whereas when you see the Lord in that form with the the water, it has been sprinkling from the body of the that is Lord. It was so that is the auspicious actually, correct na? So that's what we have studied in the third canto also. And he took two, that is like in the tusk of the, so generally boar will not have tusk, but Lord had a tusk, and then to pull the Mother Earth from that unpleasant place, actually he took it, he takes from the tusk, through the tusk only, and then he makes the position of the earth in particular position. So like how we have studied in that is Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter also, correct na? So because of his own small energy only, this entire world, that means all the universe are in the one particular position. So that is the energy level of the Lord. So we will not be able to conceive in our this material vision or something. So he is always inconceivable actually. So we will not be able to understand. He is beyond. So everything is beyond him. Sorry, he has created the things and he is beyond everything. And then he is not into this worldly things actually. That is, this world has been controlled by the three modes, but Lord is not into that. He is Atma and is Paramatma, and then his body and his Paramatma nature is both are spiritual. Whereas whatever the living entities has been created here is having what actually? The body being material, which is made of 24 elements, and the Paramatma being the only spiritual entity. So that is the one common factor between the Lord and us. So Lord is eternal, Nitya, and we are all Nityanam, correct na? So we are also eternal and Lord is also eternal, and he is also conscious and we are also conscious. That one common factor, but most of the things are different actually. So with respect to the energy, we will not be able to compare and we will not be able to understand first of all. So the energy levels of the Supreme Lord. So like that, Lord pulled the Mother Earth from that nether water, and then so here think in the Shavadara Stotram, it is there na. Vasati dashana shikare tarani tavalagna Sashini Kalanka Kaleva Nimagna Keshavadrita Shukara Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. That means, so Jai Goswami, wonderful prayers actually. It's so for the Dashavadara, one must actually relish that prayers. So every avatara, how nicely he has written in that. Even Narsimha, so in the morning we do Narsimha Arati that time. From this Dashavadara only, that particular stanza has been taken up actually. Okay. So he assumed, Lord assumed the form of bull. Okay. So the planet Earth rest on your tusk and it appeared like a moon engraved with the spots. So how actually the that is the analogy has been taken care. So such is a symptom of the incarnation of the Lord. So we cannot concoct. So here, what are the things we have? We can. So what is the difference in the quality of the demon? Demon will always being demonic characteristics. It wants to lord it over the things, all those things. Whereas Lord is always what is that in different bhava, that means relationship like Sai, Santa, and then Shakya, Vasalya, Madhurya. So like that, in different relationship, Lord always descend. And why Lord descends, we have studied in Bhagavad Gita also, correct now? To rescue his devotees, and then to establish Dharma, and then to annihilate the miscreants. For that purpose, that is the only purpose actually Lord descends here. So, and every incarnation, there is a purpose. So, there is nothing Lord is having his own personal thing. He only descends for sake of taking care of his devotees. So here, but that is major difference between the demon and the Lord actually. Whereas the demon, he wants to establish his own thing, and he want to disturb others. Correct na? So when Lord appeared, picked up the demon named Hiranyaksha, tried to create a disturbance in the methodological function of the Lord, and therefore he was killed by being pierced with the Lord's tusk. So even there are two, what is that commentary? One is by the Srila Jiva Goswami, stating that Lord first killed by his hand and then he pulled it with the tusk. Wherein Sridhara Swami actually, sorry, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Tagore tells he has been pierced by the tusk actually. So all this summary actually, whatever purport we are seeing are the commentaries of the great acharyas, wherein we are able to relish this by the blessings of our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Jato rucher ajanayat suyaman suyajñam ahuti shunur amaran atha dakshinayam lokatrayasya mahitim aharadyat atrim swayambhuve namanuna haririti anuka. So we know Swayambhu Manu, how many daughters and sons he had actually? 2 sons and 3 daughters.
Three
Correct?
daughters.
3 daughters, Ahuti, Prasuti and
Devahuti.
Okay, these 3 daughters, and we are going to read about them also now. Ahuti got married to Prajapati Ruchi. Correct? He said. So, and Devahuti to Kardama Muni. Correct? Na? And Prasuti to Prajapati
Daksha.
Daksha. Correct? Na? And this one is Uttanapada and Priyavrata.
Priyavrata.
Okay, those 2 are the sons of Swayambhu Manu. So in 5th canto, we will be always studying about Priyavrata's lineage, and in the 3rd canto on completion, I think 4th canto will be studying about Dhruva Maharaj, that is lineage of the Uttanapada. Okay, so these 2 lineages will be studying. In this, the Prajapati first begat Sujanya in the womb of his wife Ahuti. That means Ruchi being the Prajapati here and his wife Ahuti, they got a child. And this Suyajna again begat demigods headed by Suyama. Okay, so in the womb of his wife. So he got married to Dakshina and then he had a son. And Shuyagna as the Indradeva diminished great miseries in the three planets, that means our upper planetary and then earthly planet and the lower planet. And because he so diminished the miseries of the universe, he is later called as Hari. So what is the meaning of Hari actually? One who?
Harata iti Hari.
That means Hari means one who removes the material
That's the obstacle.
miseries. Material miseries. One who removes the material miseries is called as Hari. So in that role he played actually by the great father of mankind, Swayambhu. So here, this is the lineage, it has been spoken here. So now it will continue. And one more thing in this, so whatever we are seeing here, it's already from the Vedic scriptures only the references has been taken. So Vedas come from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is the authenticity. And in future also, it is already defined. What is the avatar will be coming in Kali Yuga, the end of the Kali Yuga? Kalki.
Kalki Avatara.
And his father's name. What is the father's name actually?
Vishnu Sharma.
Vishnu Shaya. Vishnu Shaya. Vishnu Shaya. Not Vishnu Shaya. Vishnu Shaya, I think. In the village called as Sambala, I think. So I'm not able to recollect exactly. That also has been already spoken in the Bhagavatam. That is in the end of the cantos actually. Okay, so that is the authenticity. Okay, so it should be not like a speculative thing, or it cannot be invented. So like how the scientific research happens now, like that it cannot be told here. So this how this world has been created and how the living beings has been created by the chemical compositions. It's not like that. It's created by the Supreme Lord, and then it will be maintained by the Supreme Lord, and then it will be annihilated as per the will of the Supreme Lord. So this is the cycle. So how we have seen like that is Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga being 432 years, and then the twice of that being the Dwapara Yuga, and the twice of Kali Yuga being Treta Yuga, and 4 times of Kali Yuga being the Satya Yuga. So altogether you combine, it will become 10. Correct na? That is called as one Divya Yuga. And then 71 Divya Yugas is called as what? One
Manvantara.
one mantra. So one mantra. There are 14 mantras and one sandhi. Correct na? That defines the what actually? One day. Correct na? One day of Brahma, and similar timeline will be the same timelines holds good for the night also. So during the daytime of Brahma, the creation, secondary creation happens, and during the night times, the small destructions and all will happen. Correct na? So the Mahapralaya will happen when the end of that is 100 years of Brahma. So all these things I think you all know, just as a recollection recap. So by that is authority, scriptures. Okay, the authorized scriptures only reveal such actually. Like how a father will be, the mother will tell father who is for a child, he is your father. So like that is the authenticity. Like that, scriptures always is from the Supreme Lord, and that is the authenticity we carry forward. So we should not believe on the unauthorized things and all. ज्ञाग्नेशाखर्दमाग्रहे द्विजादेवहुत्यां श्रीतिभिः समं नवाभिरात्मगतिं स्वमात्रे उचेययात्मसमलं गुणसङ्गपङ्कम् अस्मिन् विहूया कपिलस्य गतिं प्रपदे. So then Lord, now the third incarnation. Okay, that means, sorry, now the second one. First one as a boar, actually, Lord came. Now the second we are seeing Kapila. So Sankhya philosophy. Right now in third canto, now we are seeing this in third canto. Kapila Deva appearance. So Kardama Muni marries Devahuti, and then Devahuti does a lot of austerities, supporting her husband's devotional service, and she will become so pale also. Correct na? And later on, Kardamuni, on completion of this tapas, and then he actually with his mystic yoga, he creates a big that is what is it? aeroplane kind of thing, na? That one. In that, he will take Devahuti till that is the entire that is one universe itself. He will roam around. And then after that, they have 9 daughters and then 1 son. That son being the Kapila Deva. Correct? Na? So in detail, we have studied in 3rd canto. So being the son of Prajapati Brahmana Kardama and his wife Devahuti, along with 9 other women sisters, he spoke to his mother about the self-realization, Sankhya philosophy, that is the soul and the body, and by which in that a very lifetime she became fully cleansed, because once that is a woman is always protected by father in the young age, and then after marriage by the husband, and then and the old age by the son. Like that, when Kapila Deva, after Kapila Deva has born and then he was there, Kardama Muni renounced the that is family life, and then he went to the forest for the further devotional service. So he put Devahuti under the custody of Kapila Deva, son. So Kapila Deva, actually there was a conversation between Devahuti and Kapila Deva. So again about the soul, and then how to take the life. That means how to take care of the life in the that is in the devotional path. So it was a very well spoken between them. And in the 3rd canto, here it's a very short introduction here in this. So speaking about the great mother and the great son. So okay, so she was born in a very opulent family now. So but still she accepted to marry Kardama, who didn't have anything also. In fact, he was mystic. He can do any wonders, but still, as a renounced, as a devotee, devotees are not fond of any opulent thing. So it is a simple life and high thinking. So as per our Acharya also. So that should be the intention of a devotee. So in that way, Kardama Muni also lived actually. So she also accepted that. So it's not an easy thing. If a person doesn't have any wealth and then if he gets a wealth, I think he can survive. He will not have any issues. If a person was fully opulent and then he will be landing up with nothing is there, means that type of reversals or the type of life acceptance a person will be so matured enough. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Please take care of your mics actually. Hare Krishna. So similar thing we have seen the reversals in other set of devotees also. Can someone recollect? How about Pandavas? Pandavas, when they were even Kundi Devi. Kundi was very in an opulent family, and then she got married to an opulent family only. And after that, she headed to that is to the forest along with her husband. So there nothing. Again, they had children there, and then Pandu brought up the kids in a very nice way, and he taught everything. So that is the role of the father. He played very well, and due to the after the demise of Pandu, again Bhishma Deva brought back the kids and Kundi Devi to the palace. So again they went back to the opulent way. So when they got opulent also, they were still maintained in that, what is that, not getting attached too much to this. It's because in their life we have seen again they will go to the, what is that, Varanavata. So there again they will lose everything. So to the world they have been made as they have already nowhere in the world. Correct? Na? They have died. It was a message to the Kauravas, wherein they left there and then they faced lot of struggle actually, in fact. And then they stayed in a small hut, and then again they became opulent after marrying Draupadi also, and then coming back to Hastinapur, they got their kingdom. divided in off, again opulent, and again after doing the yajna and all, so they have been called for the dice game. Again they lost. See how much reversal. They went to forest and then 12 years in Vanvas and then 1 year Ajnatvas. Like that. So the reversals, if you can see the high, low. So this type of reversals accepting is not easy. So that's the greatness of the devotees actually. So that main quality one should cultivate. So here we can see Devahuti is the greater quality, and then how that is how submissively she was hearing. One should actually hear attentively and submissively. So that's what the conversation between Kapiladeva and Devahuti happens. So in this so incarnations has been spoken. I think Yate Chamsa Kalapamsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indriyari Vyakulam Lokam Nrityanti Yuke. Correct na? So the Lord's incarnations are in the Hamsa form, Kala form. Correct na? What are the things? Hamsa means it's in the Vishnu Tattva, and then another is Jiva Tattva. Correct na? So like that, Lord's incarnation. And then Yuga avatars, Guna avatars, Manmantra avatars, all those things has been spoke. Satya Avesha avatars. So Satya Avesha avatara being a Jiva Tattva. So we have studied about Prithu Muni, Prithu Maharaj. So he is also Satya Avesha avatar, correct na? So we'll be studying in the upcoming slokas. Okay. So like that. So living entities by their very constitution are spiritually as good as Lord. That means in the eternal nature we are all same only, but the only difference is that Lord is always supreme and pure, but we'll get contaminated when we come to this material mode. So Lord is above the three modes, but we are all in the three modes. So whichever mode we are taking that particular moment, we will execute our characteristics. If you are very sattvic, we'll be able to balance the thing. If you are rajasic, we'll be more hankering like that. So tamasic will create problem for our own self actually. Correct na? So in this sloka, mamchayo abhisharena Bhakti Yogena Sevate Sagunan Samatityaityan Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. Okay. So even in the non-liberated stage, the living entity can be directly engaged. That's how we are into here. We are all not in a liberated state. We are in the contamination only. When we are having association with devotees, we will when we are hearing the classes or we are reading the books of Srila Prabhupada, we are having association. That time we'll think how purified we should become. All those interests will be there, and then we'll try to endeavor that also. But when we go to the material thing, obviously that will, even though internally we think that is by the practice, not in the very neophyte stage, we'll have that inclination. At least after practicing so many years, we'll have internally thinking about what is right, what is wrong to the Madhyama position, and then still we'll get a distraction. So like that, this contamination is like water, association with the non-devotees also, which we cannot avoid. Day-to-day basis, we have to work, correct na? But we have to speak, we have to get involved. So all those things happen. Still, this contamination will continue. So to the situation, whether it is a sattvic or rajasic or tamasic, correct na? So like that. But when we are having association with the devotees, at least to an extent, we will think we should correct ourselves, or we should take up this path only. We should be strong enough. All those things, that mind will be little stable. That's why the chanting is being recommended in the early morning, wherein the sattvic, that is the sattvic guna will be more dominant during the morning phase. So here a living entity can be directly engaged in a transcendental loving service of the personality of Godhead. That is by the purely the mercy of the Lord and the Guru Parambara. We are being given this opportunity for the service, whatever service in the temple or in the online. So preaching or performing the admin activities, creating the PPTs or a quiz thing or some internal programs, whatever it has been. For example, now Gaura Purnima, there was a very good competitive programs were there, which was organized by our temple. Like that, each and everything we are getting involved. It all gives a purification only. if you are engaged in the service of the Lord. So that moment will be in the purification part, but after that we'll get into the another mode, means there is a ups and downs. Thus, with the proportionate improvement of such transcendental devotional service, the devotee makes definite progress. So that's why continuously we have to. So sadhana bhakti is always recommended for us. Correct na? Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, and then once you get the taste on that one, then spontaneously will get attracted to the devotional service to the Lord, and then Raganuga Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, and Prema Bhakti will be able to achieve. So like that, it's very important. The antiseptic potency of the devotional service to the Lord is so great, it can neutralize the material infection. See, very nice analogy. It has been written by our Acharya. So the devotional service, so what is the potency of the devotional service is an antiseptic for the disease, what? The material disease. So it will be neutralized. This medicine will neutralize even in the present life of a devotee. So how much ever we put our effort to practice Krishna consciousness, in whatever way, feasible way we are having that is a time or whatever it is. So one should strive for that. A devotee does not need to wait for next birth for complete liberation. We don't know when we'll get liberated. So whatever austerities we perform, we don't know. अत्रे अपयतम् अभिकाङ्क्षता अहातुष्टो दत्तो माहायम् इति यत् भगवान् स दत्ता यत्पादपङ्कज पाराग पवित्र देहा योगार्धिम् आपूर्वयम् यादु अहयादया. So this is Atri Muni. Atri Muni and Anushya. Correct na? So they got a son, Dattatreya. Correct na? The combination of that is Gunavataras. Correct na? So, and by the grace of the lotus feet of the Lord, many Yadus, Ahayas, I think this is under the lineage wherein Kartavirya Arjuna, we know that, correct na? Lord Parashurama killed 21 times, he waged the war with the Kshatriya and then he killed Kartavirya Arjuna. So that lineage only it is. So no, not much about that. So here we are going to speak. So the vivid example is who achieved all such professional in devotional service, but because of his offense at the feet of a devotee, he was killed by Lord Parashurama. So this Kartavirya Arjuna only they are telling here. So Lord is always the qualities of Lord is always spoken in this thing also. Here you can see factually the Lord is the father of all living entities, but out of transcendental affection. So it is not a material affection, wherein the affection level will vary when it is on the material expectation. So Lord is beyond the material, so he is always the well-wisher. So one of the lectures when I heard how long it will take to achieve the Lord in your heart, how many times you have to chant. Can anyone tell? How long you need to do chanting, or how long you need to remember? Is there any?
Moment, Mataji, one moment.
Moment also you can achieve as Katwanga Maharaj.
Yes, one moment. And that too, how many mantras we have to tell?
One Shuddha Nama, I believe.
One Shuddha Nama.
One
Correct na? One Shuddha Nama, and within this there is no time also is not required, just like that. Correct na? The Lord will be established. But it should be in the offenseless way. So that's very important. So like that, the Lord's transcendental affection one should feel love between the Lord and his devotees. And Lord takes more pleasure in becoming the son of the devotee than the father. Correct na? So even Vatsalya Rasa, many people will be actually thinking Krishna as their son. Like how Mother Yashoda being relishing the Damodar Leela. So like that, many will be liking that Vatsalya Rasa also. So highest being Madhurya Rasa, but Vatsalya Rasa also is being the highest actually. Okay. तप्तां तपो विविधा लोकसिकर्षयामि आदौ शनात् स्वतपसा सा चतुशनो अभूत् प्रभाकल्पसम्प्लवा विनस्तम् इह आत्मतत्त्वं सम्यक् जगतामुनयो यत् अक्षसतताम्. So next is to create different planetary system, I had to undergo austerities and penance. And the Lord thus being, that means here Brahma is telling, okay, he has to create, undergo different planetary, that means internally he has to create a secondary creation, the jivas. So we know the 9 lakhs aquatic species out of 84 things, 11 being the insects and the reptiles part, 11 lakhs and 20 lakhs of trees, plants, and 10 lakhs of the birds, different types of birds family, and 30 lakhs different types of animals, in that 4 lakhs being the human form, correct na? With all these things, that is, it has been created by Brahma. So he has to undergo, and in the first sloka of Bhagavatam only, correct na? Tene Brahma Hridaye Adi Kavage. Yeah, Muhyanti Yet Suraya. So Lord only imparted the Vedic knowledge of the creation to Lord Brahma in his heart, correct na? And thus being pleased with me by the tapas of Brahma, Lord got pleased. So the Garbhodakashaya Vishnu imparted the knowledge. And then first creation is, who are they? The 4 Kumaras, correct na? And they rejected to, what is the purpose of creation by Brahma? To enhance the progeny here. There was no living entities, na? That the initial, very beginning, Brahma being the original living entity, he has to start creating after gaining that means after getting imparted the knowledge how to create. He started creating, wherein 4 Kumaras rejected. Okay, he got angry, then Rudra, 11 Rudras was gone. But that is why they came actually. In the previous creation, the spiritual truth was devastated. And but the 4 sanas explained it so nicely that truth at once became clearly perceived by the sages. So Sanat Kumara, Sanata, Sanat Kumara, Sanandana, and Sanadana. So we also know. So they went to Vaikunta to take darshan of the Lord, correct na? So they were initially the impersonal way of impersonal way of that is what you say Brahmavadis. They are also Brahmavadis, and they went there wherein the Jaya Vija didn't allow, and then so they have been cursed, and they only have come here as the Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Okay, so like that. So the word san means is used in the sense of charity. Okay. Therefore, when everything is given up in charity unto the Lord reciprocates by giving himself to the devotee. So how much we are actually, we are ye yata mam prapatyante tam, that sloka is there na. So same way Lord also reciprocates. So one should actually have that mind, that is yajna, dana, tapa. We should always practice actually for the purification. It is not for any papa punya actually we have to do. It's only for the internal purification. So we should be always ready to do the dana. Okay. So that our purification also happens. Dharmasya daksha duhita agnishta mrutyam narayano narahiti svata tapaha prabhavaha drishtvam no bhagavato niyama valappam devyashyata ananga tana gatitum na shekuha. So next is to exhibit his personal way of austerity and penance. He appeared in twins form. That means Lord appeared here actually. Okay. Lord appeared to exhibit his personal way, okay, of austerity and penance. So that is the purpose actually. So this feature has been exhibited here. So Nara Narayana in the womb of Murti, the wife of Dharma, and the daughter of Daksha. So celestial beauties and companions of Cupid when tried to break his vows, but they were unsuccessful, for they saw that many beauties like them were emanating from him, the personality of Godhead. Naranarayana, I think we know about Naranarayana. I think we have the story also like that. Here, Sanatana Dharma, that means one Varnashrama Dharma has been spoken in this purport. Actually, we know 4 Varnas and 4 Ashramas. I no need to explain again and again in that. So it is a thing. So the 4 Varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya and Shudra. Can anyone give some insight on the qualities of a Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya and Shudra. So what are the main roles actually? So Brahmanas are meant for what actually? For preaching for the upliftment of the society mainly. And without any, what is that, in return, they will not take anything. Without any dakshina also, correct na? But indirectly the Kshatriyas has to take care of the Brahmanas. Like that only the society has been formed. And Vaishyas are the farmers, and then they are in the production, milk, all those things. Correct na? Cow, that is the maintenance of the cow, all those things have been taken care by Vaishyas. Shudras have been maintained by the other three Varnas. So in such a manner, they will not be given any salary and all, but for them, food, shelter, everything has been taken care. That's how the things, the society was running smoothly. This was the Varnashrama created by, that means has been recommended by our Supreme Lord. Even 4th chapter Bhagavad Gita we have studied, correct na? So like that, and the ashramas being Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. Sannyasa is meant, all these 4 Varnas being for the Brahmana, and Kshatriya, no sannyasa, other 3 varnas has been applicable, and for Vaishya, Brahmacharya, Grahastha and Vanaprastha, whereas for Shudra it is only Grahastha. Okay, these are the things as per the Lord's creation, so it has to be followed actually. Okay, speaking about the Varnas. Kamam dahanti kritino nanuro sadrisya rosham dahantam yutatena dahanti ashyam so ayam yat antaram alam pravishyan viveti kama katam no punarashya manashreyata. So now this is after the 4 Sanat Kumar, that is 4 Kumaras. In the anger actually, who came actually? Rudras, correct na? So here the great stalwarts like Lord Shiva can, by their breathful glances, overcome lust and vanquish him. Yet they cannot be free from the overwhelming effects of their own breath. So here the quality of, that means Shiva and the Lord's quality has been spoken here. I think we know about the Brahumani story. Correct na? He will go who is more, what is that, tolerant, testing that Brahma and Shiva and all, they were not tolerant, but when they went to the Vaikunta, he just, Brahumani put his leg on the, that is on the heart of the Mahavishnu, that means Narayana, who was lying down there. But still, Lord took that is, Lord has the sign of the foot in Bhrugu's pada as a mark of tolerance. The Lord therefore never affected by any kind of wrath. So he is anger free. Okay. But he will, Lord will get anger when? When Lord will get anger? When the devotees are, when there is anything happens to the devotees, only Lord will get anger. Like how in Amrish Maharaj case, so Durvasha Muni was about to curse him. So Lord sent the Sudarshan Chakra. Correct na? So like that, Lord will never tolerate that one thing. Whereas other things he will never get anger actually. So how can there be any place for lust, which is less stronger than breath? So these contaminations are all for this materially attached to the when living entity being attached in this material nature, whereas Lord is above this. So we should know, means the conclusion is that absolute personality of Godhead is neither lust nor anger. And even if there is something, a show of lust or anger by the absolute, it should be considered for the absolute benediction. It will be for the benediction of the person who is going to, against whom he is getting anger. Okay. Vidya sapanti uditha pratibir antirajno balopi asanna upagadas tapasevanani tasma adat druvagatim granate prashanno divya sruvanti munayo yat upari adastat. So being insulted by the sharp words spoken by the co-wife of king, this is Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj actually. The stepmother Shurichi, correct na? Uttanapada, second wife. So I think we have studied very nicely in the 4th canto, beginning of 4th canto. Guru Maharaj, though only boy, 5 years old, took severe penance in the forest. And the Lord, being satisfied by his prayer, awarded him Dhruva planet, which is worshipped by the great sages both upward and downward. So, Dhruva planet, it is the actually the all other planets will be always rotating or revolving around the. It is axis actually, correct now? So Dhruva planet is a fixed, like how we have Vaikunta planets in the spiritual world, like that in the universe. Dhruva planet, there is also a one Sveta Deepa where Lord Shiroda Kashai Vishnu resides. Next to that only Dhruva planet is there. So that was the benediction. So Dhruva, we know that. So when he was not allowed to sit on his father's lap, Uttanapada, so he was insulted, and then he went to his mom, and then he told about he was very much having a feeling to take revenge also. But mother told to leave the revengeous attitude. Okay, so you can go to forest. She guided Guru Maharaj, and then Guru Maharaj went to forest, and there, as per the instruction by Lord, Narada Maharishi appeared there. And then, in fact, he was discouraging to go back. You are very small here in the forest. You cannot stay. So it will be very tough to stay here because animals, all those sort of things are there. So you will not be able to manage. Still, Dhruva was very much, that is what, strong in that he wants to do as per the guidance of his mom, he wants to take up the tapasya. And then Narada Maharshi gave the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So in that, so he with one swasa also for once in a week, like that, and then little food like the leaves, or with that only he started, and then finally 3 months once also one breathe, like that. We have studied in 6th chapter Bhagavad Gita, na? Puraka, Kumbhaka, Rechaka. That is inhalation, stay for time, and then exhalation. So in that way, so seeing the austere and of the Dhruva Maharaj, actually, Lord appeared, and then wherein he took tapas for the material benefit. But later, after taking darshan of the Lord, he felt very low. That means I have got a that is this what is that, a diamond kind of thing, wherein I came here for the broken glass. That means he was feeling whatever I have had a desire, it's like a broken glass. So he felt very bad actually. So Lord incarnated that time. Rishnigarbha, just to satisfy the pure devotee of the Lord, and the Prince Dhruva achieved this perfection simply by chanting. So simply chant. So no need to have. That is how the glorification of Lord. So in general, see, as we have been devotees, and then we have been guided, we have to do sadhana bhakti, and then we have to sit in one place, and then fix our mind, and then it's by practice, thinking about the lotus feet of the Lord. We let us do chanting, and then like that. This is the advanced phase. And then wherein just chant and hear it, the mantra. That was the very beginning we have been told. Correct na? Always we have to little loud and then chant the Maha Mantra, and then we should hear. That's how the focus actually starts. So simply we need to chant. That is the only thing we have been told. So automatically, perfection will happen after being initiated by another pure devotee. A serious personality can thus achieve the highest perfection of meeting the Lord and attain his objective simply by being guided by a pure devotee. That's why one should take shelter of a pure devotee. Then automatically the shelter of the Lord will be confirmed actually. So by following attentively, submissively, and performing the whatever the Guru has instructed. So who automatically approach by the dint of one serious determination to meet the Lord by all means. So we have studied in the 4th canto. Yadvenam utpadagatham dijavakya vajra nishpulsta paurusha bhagam niraya pantam Dratavartito jagati putra padam chalebe dugda vashuni vasudha shakalani yena. So now Vena. So Vena also in that same lineage only, na. So wherein Prithu Maharaj father. Okay. So he was killed by the chaste brahmanas with the one mantra itself. Correct na? So thunderbolt like because he was not a king should hear the brahmanas. That is very important. Sadhu, Shastra, and then hearing from the Brahmana, advice from the Brahmana is very important. But King Vena was quite opposite. He doesn't want to spend anything for the Brahmanas also, charity or because the Kshatriyas only has to take care of the Brahmanas. Then only the peace, the kingdom will be peaceful also, wherein so other things will be taken care in the as per the guidance of the Brahmanas, the king will be ruling and the other subjects also will be taken in a right, that is in a better way. So under the guidance. Here Vena was not ready to listen to the Brahmanas and he doesn't want to give any charity also to the Brahmanas. So the Brahmanas were been even in fact killed by him also. So because of this, one fine day, I think Brahmanas actually so if this continues, here nothing will be there. So this Mother Earth will having issues only, the food, everything. So like that they casted the mantra and then he was burnt, which is good and opulence and was en route to the hell actually. So the Lord by his causeless mercy, so what he did again, because the Vena's father is who actually Vena's father, he was a great Angana, if I'm right, Anga. So Anga was a great, he was not able to bring Vena in a right way, correct na? So he was ruling he was a great devotee and then he was ruling the kingdom in a very peaceful way wherein he was married to whom actually? Anga was married to the daughter of Yama, correct na? So because of that, say that what is the quality of the Yama Dharma Raja? So it's a dharmic principle. So there is no that is that if anyone does mistake, he has to be punished. So there is nothing kind of any benediction kind of thing or some small discount kind of nothing. So if you're done good, you will go there. If you go to the heaven, or if you're done that is sinful things, you will be punished. So that's how the Dharma principles has been taken care by the Yamadharma Raja, and his daughter got married actually. So Vena's mother is the daughter of Yama. Okay, so like that he had that similar quality. So from that lineage. So that's why he will not wait immediately. He will if he is not convinced or if something is favorable to the Brahmanas, but wherein he is not able to accept for giving any charity or taking care of the Brahmanas. So that time he kills the Brahmanas also. So like that, seeing this Brahmana killed him. So because of the father's thing, actually the Lord by his causeless mercy, okay, descended as his son by the name of Prithu. So what is the main thing actually done by Maharaja Prithu, wherein the Mother Earth was not ready to give any cultivation also. Correct na? Later on, I think by the austerity of Prithu, he want to punish Mother Earth also. To that level he went and then finally, so Mother Earth also was favorable, became favorable and then so he only got whatever we are actually these grains and all were not there that time after the King Vena left and then he was the person who got actually who got the Mother Earth to be more fertile or for the cultivation, the purpose actually it was made. So then his ruling was very nice actually and he did 99 Ashwamedha Yajnas also, correct na? So we have studied all those things. So exploited Vena and he did austerity to bring, that is to save his father, even though father was not the righteous, he did lead the righteous way of life. Because he went to the hell also because of those things and then he got back, that is from the hell also. So like this similar way we have seen whom actually Prahlad Maharaj, correct na? So wherein Narasimha Deva was about to give benediction, correct na? So wherein Prahlad Maharaj was not interested for the material opulence, but in fact he asked to forgive the father and then that is go back to the Godhead. That was the only boon he asked. But Narasimhadeva was so merciful, and then later he made him, he ruled the kingdom, and then Bali Maharaj also from the same lineage. So Nabir Ashva Rishabhas Asha Sudevi Sunur Yovai Chachara Samadrit Chada Yoga Charyam Yet Parahamshayam Rishaya Padam Amananti Swasta Prashanta Karana Parimukta Sangha. So next we are going to see Nabi. So this is Priyavarta's lineage. So wherein Nabi, Sudevi. The other name is for Sudevi is Meru Devi. Okay. So Meru Devi, Sudevi both are same. Wherein so Nabi got married to Sudevi. They both are great, that is devotees of the Lord. And they, in fact, the Brahmanas prayed to have a son as a Lord himself actually. That's why Rishabha Deva. Okay. He performed materialistic yoga to equibalance the mind. This stage is also accepted as the highest perfectional situation of liberation, where one is situated in oneself and is completely satisfied. He was an avaduta, correct na? Wherein after renouncing, he had 100 sons and Bharata Maharaja being the eldest son. So he only has taught in the 5th chapter of 5th canto, he has given the what is the instructions to his sons, the 100 sons, and in that 81 became Brahmanas and 9 became Yogendras, I think.
Yes.
Correct na?
Yes.
So, yes, and 10 brothers only supported, that is including Bharata Maharaj. Okay, 10 of the sons only ruled the kingdom actually. With the support of his brothers, Bharata Maharaja ruled. Wherein after after making Bharata Maharaja king, he wandered, correct na, as Avaduta, so not having clothes on the body also. So people started putting stones on him, and then he to safeguard himself actually. That means in that to avoid those things and all. So he was rolling on the stool also, wherein the fragrant of the stool was it was the smell of the fragrant flowers. So that's how here it is. He used to lie on his own stool and never move. But the stool of the body was fragrant like the smell of the fragrant flowers, and a saintly person could recognize him as a Paramahamsa. So that is the highest perfection he has achieved. So that yoga is called as Jata Yoga. Okay. So that's how here Rishabha Deva. So then Bharata Maharaja, all those things, that lineage actually it has taken. So this is one of the incarnation of the Lord. Sastre Mamamsa Bhagavan Haya Sirasto Shaksha Sayagna Purushastapaniya Varna Chando Maya Makamayo Akila Devatma Vacho Babuhur Ushita Svastu Ashyanastaham. Next, Hayagriva. So personified sacrifices. Okay. So Lord Hayagriva, the Lord appeared as Hayagriva incarnation in a sacrifice performed by me. Brahma has performed a sacrifice, in that Lord Hayagriva appeared. So his body was in the golden color. He is the personified Vedas as well, and the super soul of all demigods. So we also have Paramatma in our heart. So who is the Paramatma in our heart? So he is the Shiroda Kashaya Vishnu, correct now? So here the personified is a super soul of all demigods. Okay. So in that form, the Paramatma, that means inside the demigods, is the Hayagriva. When he breathed, all the sweet sounds of Vedic hymns came out of his nostrils. The personified Veda. Okay, Hayagriva. Lord was in that form. Matshayo yuganta samaye manunopalabdha shoni mayo nikila jiva nikaya keta Vishramshitan urubaye kali salile mukan me adaya tatra vijahara he veda margan. So at the end of millennium, that means the Manu, there would be Vaivastava Manu. So then of the name of Satyavrata. So I think this is related to the Matsya. Matsya avatar. Yes, Matsya incarnation. Would see that that is every Manvantara changes happens now. That time the rescue of the Vedas. Okay. So name of the Satyavrata. This is the periodic. That's how this will happen this time. So that time Lord will be incarnating that time in that form. Would see that the Lord is the fish incarnation is a shelter of all kind of living entities. So those in the earthly planets, because of my fear of the vast water at the end of millennium, that means Brahma's fear, the Vedas come out of my, that is my mouth, and the Lord enjoys those vast waters and protects the Vedas. This is how Vedas been protected actually. So devastation. So every that is soon in the beginning would be, that means that would be the Vaivastava Manu, such devastation would be seen by him. There would be many other incidents also, such as killing of the famous Sankashura. So all these things is incarnation, and then this will be repeating in another universes also parallelly, wherein the whatever it has been completed, again whatever it has to happen as per the that is all these, that is like how in Satya Yuga this incarnation will happen, in Treta Yuga Rama avatar, like that, and then in Dwapara Yuga, that is the end of the Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga is going to come on that too, on the 7th Manvantara period, and 28th cycle. So that time only the Lord will descend. Like that, the planned events, whatever it has been there, it will happen. Actually, all his pastimes will be happening. Okay. So like that, the Brahmaji, there would be many other incidents, killing the famous Sankashura. Sankashura, what is the story behind that? Can anyone tell? Where actually we have heard about this Shankashura? Hare Krishna.
Guru Sandipamani son Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Rescuing, yeah, rescuing when that was the Guru Dakshina. So, in fact, Sandipani Muni was not asking any Guru Dakshina, but still Balaram and Krishna told we have learned from you. So Guru has to be, we have to pray Guru Dakshina. So that time to rescue the son of Sandipani Muni, they went to the that is Sanka, that is the end of the ocean place. There they rescued, actually killing that Sankasura. Okay. Shiro dadava amara dhanava yutapanam unmattanatam amritalabhyada adideva prastena kachchapavapu vidadhara gotram nidrakshano atri parivatrashana khanduha. So now the primeval Lord assumed the tortoise. This is Mantara, that pastime actually. Correct? This side Asuras, and that side Devatas, that is demigods. And then Vasuki became the churning rope, and then this that is that on the back of the tortoise, the tortoise form, that means Kurma Avatara, Lord took. Okay, and this Mantara became the pivot, that is, so surrounding the Mantara hill only, this Vasuki was there, and then the churning of the ocean happened actually. So from that churning, many, that means auspicious things and all came, actually, Lakshmi Devi, all those things. So in that they got the Amrita. So that Amrita Kalsha was given to the hands of whom? No, Amrita Kalsha to distribute that Amrita. Who took that? Actually, Lord only took. Correct? Na? In the form of Mohini. Correct? Na? So
Mohini Murti.
Mohini Murti. Okay, so that only, that pastime only has been spoken here. Okay, So I think you all know about that. The gigantic work of churning the milk ocean by the combined effort of Devatas and that is demons required. So the pivot being the gigantic Mantara hill. Thus to help to attempt the demigods, the primeval lord assumed the incarnation of tortoise swimming in the ocean, milk ocean. At the same time, the mountain scratched his body, its backbone, and he was partially sleeping, and thus he released from the itching sensation. See, that's what is that? The churning itself of one mountain being has been put on the back, and then the churning itself like a, if you scratch now on the screen, it's like that for the Supreme Lord actually. Tai prishta boro bhayaha sa narasimha rupam kritva brahmat brukiyuti bruhuti damshakara lavakram daityendramashu khadayi pantam arat Guru Dipathaya Vidadhara Nakhaika Spurantam. Next is Narsimha Deva. I think we all know. So after killing Hiranyaksha, so Hiranyakashipu got wild. So his enemy is Vishnu, correct na? So the personality of God had assumed the incarnation of Narsimha Deva in order to vanquish the great fears of the demigods. He was troubling. So the Devatas, so he killed the king of demons, Hiranyakashipu, who challenged the Lord with a club in his hand. By placing the demon on his thighs, piercing him with his nails, rolling his eyebrows in anger, and showing his fearful teeth and mouth, Narsimha. So no one was ready to go near Narsimha when he was in anger. That is the Ugra Narsimha form. And then Prahlad Maharaj only went. Correct? Now only a devotee can pacify. So by the by the devotional service. So here the Lord, however, assumed the incarnation of half man. He asked so many. He should not be killed by man. He should not be killed by animal. He should not be killed on the earth. That means on the ground or on the it is in the ether. It's like that. So many things actually is told, or not in the morning, evening, like that and all. He was night and all. He was telling, but Lord got the form in such a manner of lion, of human form, and then he was put on the lap and then not with any weapon. So his fingers only became the weapon. Like that, no, he was killed. The demon was pierced by Narsimha's nail, which were beyond the human weapons imaginable by Hiranyakashipu. So the literal meaning of Hiranya means gold. Kashipu means the soft bed. Correct na? So soft bedding, the ultimate aim of all bed. It is the ultimate aim. So always we want to have that is a rejoicing life here. That is the materialistic way of life. That is a demonic quality. Such demonic men who have no relationship with God, gradually being puffed up by the material acquisitions and begin to challenge the authority of the Supreme Lord and torture those who are the devotees of the Lord. These are the qualities which Hiranyakashipu exhibited. Because he wants his name to be the name of the God. That's what Chanda and the teachers of Sukracharya's sons were teaching now. So to the Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj happened to be the son, and because the boy was a great devotee, his father tortured him to the best of his ability. But every time Lord has saved actually, correct na? So he was favored by the Lord. The Lord killed Hiranyakashipu in a manner beyond the demon's imagination. Materialistic plan, any plan made by the materialistic will not succeed. So only we can plan, God only will dispose. So as per the will of the Lord only it will happen. So that we need to understand actually. That is the moral of this particular pastime. Anantasarya pade girito grahena yutapati ambujahasta hatta artha Ahedamadi Purusha Akila Lokanada Tirtha Swaraha Shavaha Shavana Mangala Namadeya. So here Gajendra Moksha, correct? So how actually Gajendra? So Gajendra also was in previous birth being that is before the curse, actually he was a king. correct na? What is the name of the king? Indradumna, correct na? And then the crocodile also was a cursed king only. Okay, that crocodile also get relief from the curse by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because see, crocodile has more strength when it is in the water, but is in the land, the elephant will be more strength. So his leg got stuck there, and then so out of he was doing the prayers actually. Even in the elephant form, he was able to, like how in the deer form, Bharat Maharaja was able to recollect his previous birth as he has performed the austerities, and then how what is that foolishly he has missed out the opportunity to go back to the Godhead just for sake of the deed. So like that. So he was it, and even in the deer form, he was in the, he was not mingling. It was not mingling with the deer community. He was only roaming near that Kulaha Ashrama where the sages were doing the austerities. And after leaving the deer body, he became he was born in a Angira family, that Brahmana family, and then he was the Jadabharat. So he was very much behaving like a Dhammanda, and then so in that way, he doesn't want to go into the Arsa Sangha. So like that, safeguarding here, even though elephant in the elephant form, so he was able to, by the mercy of the Lord, he was able to, because of the austerities he has performed, he was able to recollect worship of the Lord, and then he was always doing the prayers also. That time his leg got struck. Taking lotus flower in his trunk, he addressed the Lord saying, "Oh, original enjoyer." That means we are not the enjoyers actually. So how actually the elephant is praying here, that is king is praying here, Lord of the universe, oh deliverer, as famous as place of pilgrimage. So all are purified simply by hearing your holy name. So that is the glory of the Lord actually. Only one name is sufficient, okay, to glorify the Lord. So which is worthy to be chanted. So that is the only thing worthy to be chanted. So you need to take in that way actually. So there, although the elephant is always stronger, but the crocodile is stronger than elephant when it is in water. So because of that, his leg was not, it is not leaving. Every living entity is always distressed. Yes, any moment the distress will come. It will be it is always on the doorstep. Only thing we have to know whether it's a distress or not, or when it will appear, we don't know. So that's how the life is actually. So knowing that we are in the distress also is a knowledge actually. So when we are not in any, that is not in Krishna conscious or not having any spiritual inclination, obviously one will never know that he is undergoing the suffering also. So that much level ignorant will be there. So at least this discrimination is what we are passing through, that one should always be aware, and how to mitigate that should also be, we need to have the thought process, that is very important. So but following the spiritual activities by performing the devotional service, one will surely get the path how to take care of the situation, even though it may be worst in the life. So that is purely by the mercy of the Lord. So if you are totally surrendered, so obviously the Lord will take care. Okay. So here the elephant was conscious of his relation with the Supreme Lord. So Adi Purusha, the original, but the Lord and the living entities are conscious. That means the eternal thing, and therefore enjoyers. That is, we are only enjoyer in this body, whereas Lord is knows everyone, all the kshetras he knows, and he is the supreme enjoyer. He is the creator. In a family, both the father and his sons are undoubtedly enjoyers, but the father is the original enjoyer, and the sons are subsequent enjoyers. A pure devotee knows well that everything in the universe is the property of the Lord, and we are utilizing for a short period of time, and then we are going to leave and go back. Okay, as per our karmic reactions. A living entity cannot even touch a thing which is not allotted to him. Right now, Isha Vashya principle, we have to think. What is there in our quota only, we are obliged to accept it. Whereas, whichever is not in our quota, we should not take it up. So that one we need to understand. So that is our principle we need to. And here elephant is addressing Akhila Lokanatha, okay, the Lord of the universe. So like that he got mercy of the Lord, and then Lord also appeared actually. The elephant, being a pure devotee of the Lord, specifically deserved to be saved from the attack of the crocodile, and because it is a promise of the Lord that devotee will never be vanquished. And it was quite befitting that elephant called upon the Lord to protect him, and the merciful Lord also at once responded. The Lord is the protector of everyone, but he is the first protector of one who acknowledges the superiority of the Lord instead of being falsely proud as to deny the superiority of the Lord or claim to be equal. Okay, so like that, the second offense now, that demigods being equal to Lord or independent of him. So that attitude. A pure devotee of the Lord knows the difference between Lord and himself. Therefore, a pure devotee is given the first preference because of his full dependence. Because there is Saranagati. Correct, no? Anukulyasya Sankalpam, Pratikulyasya Varsam. Correct, no? There are 6 conditions of the Saranagati. Whereas the person who denies the existence of the Lord and declares himself the Lord is called as an Ashura. So, like Hiranya Kashipu. Here, that's how the Gajendra was given a moksha here. Lord appeared and here. Shrutva haristam arnartidam aprameyas chakrayuda pataghara garaja bhujadhi dhirudah chakrena nakravadanam vinipatya tasmat dashte pragyaya bhagavan kripaya charaha. The next, I think it's personality of Godhead after hearing. It's a continuation of the previous sloka. So for felt that elephant needed his immediate help, for he was in a distress. So for Sukritinos, we have studied now. Those who are in distress, those who are fond of the opulent, and then those who are having inquistic, those who are being inquistic, and those who are being jnani. These are the 4 people actually who are the Sukritinos, who always will be worshipping the Lord. So Lord always favors them. Even we want the opulent also, Lord gives. That's what happened in Guru Maharaj case. So like that. So here Gajendra is in the distress. And at once the Lord appeared there on the wings of that is the Garuda, and fully equipped with his weapon, the wheel chakra. With the wheel, he cut the pieces of the mouth of crocodile to save the elephant and deliver the elephant. Gajendra Moksha has happened actually. Okay, here all this was possible by the unlimited power of the Lord, and therefore the Lord is called as Aprameya. That means for not even the best human brain can estimate his powers and the potencies by the mathematical calculation. We cannot calculate anything. He is unlimited. Okay, so Omni is omnipotent. So we cannot calculate his powers actually. And we will not be able to understand actually his powers. So that one we have to always think about that. Jayen Gunair Avaraja Api Aditha Suthanam Lokan Vichakraman Iman Yet Athadiya Yegnaha Shamam Vamanena Jagre Tripada Chalena Yakshnam Rite Pati Charan Prabhu Virna Chalaya. So, Lord, although transcendental to all the material modes, still surpasses all the qualities of the sons of Aditi, known as Adityas. The Lord appeared as the youngest son. Who is that actually? Youngest son of Aditi? Vamanadeva.
Vamanadeva.
So, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. On the pretense of asking for a measurement of 3 foot of land, he took all away from the land, he took away all the lands of Bali Maharaj. He asked simply because without begging, no authority can take one's rightful position. So here the great quality of a devotee has been displayed, and Lord's mercy also has been displayed actually. Correct now? So Bali Maharaj, he didn't hear the Sukracharya's word. Wherein here, the word of the spiritual master was not a and that is that is Sukracharya knows the person who has come to take the 3-foot land is not a small boy. So he advised Bali Maharaj not to give, but still Bali Maharaj actually gave. He asked Bali Maharaj for a measurement of 3 footsteps. So he is the proprietor of everything. So he can take up. So that knowledge actually one should actually cultivate. So here, and all the land he possessed, but he did not do so because Bali Maharaj possessed all lands by king's right actually. So any position in this world is temporary only. Even Brahma's position, or Brahma being the original living entity, so his position also is only for the 100 years of his lifespan. After that, actually, the pralaya happens, and again the creation happens. A new Brahma, the qualification, Jivatma, which is qualified to become Brahma, will be, or if there is no qualified Jivatma, Lord only will become the Brahma there. So he will become. Even for Indra also, it's like those are all the positions. So then, what to speak of a king in this earthly planet? Okay, so there is nothing permanent position here. So Bali Maharaj, but very nicely actually, he agreed actually. So to give in charity, but he asked for what actually? So he has to, every day he has to take the darshan of the Lord. So that was the benediction he asked. Whenever I go out, I have to take the darshan of the Lord, your darshan, and then only I have to go. So in Sutala thing, actually Bali Maharaj is there, and Vamana Deva is there in the doorsteps, actually doorman. He is the constant companion and doorman. That's the what is it? Devote, that when a devotee is, how much actually the devotee is surrendered, that much Lord actually becomes servant to the, or he will be purchased also, okay, by the devotee. So by giving everything to the cause of the Lord, one does not lose anything. How much you give, that much, any way actually will be getting the things. So with that intention, we should not give the things. We should have the pure heart without any expectation to give the things to the Lord's service. So remaining rest, that is, the Lord will take care. What has to be given to us, He will take care. So that faith we should have. But He gains everything that He could never otherwise expect. Okay. So with this, I conclude today's session. So if you want to ask any questions or any disagreement or anything, this kind of thing, please unmute yourself and then you can ask. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
No,
Ma'am,
Mataji.
can you hear me? Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Okay. If there are no other questions, I will take a leave. I think.
No, ma'am, I'll stop live. I'll just be there because tomorrow exam, right, for them. So in case of queries, I'll just take for a few minutes. And
Yeah.
thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all for giving this opportunity to serve the Lord. And then it was a wonderful, that means I have reading, that is walking through the purports of, having the gist of the purports of Srila Prabhupada. It's a relishing thing whenever we hear the glories of the Lord or his pastimes of the Lord, that more we are very much inclined actually than reading only the philosophy. The pastimes are more relishable. Thank you all. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Mataji, ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ.
Mataji, thank you. Dhanyawad.
Hare Krishna. Hare.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Hare Krishna, everybody.